And suddenly, I felt nothing. I couldn't cry. So once again, I couldn't sleep.
You heard the Paul Walker theory?
Paul Walker.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah. There's a theory that around the time Paul Walker passed away, there was this director that came onto the scene, and he started making a lot of movies. You remember that movie about the child trafficking? Sound of Freedom?
Oh yeah, I talked about that.
Yeah. So that director, right? That director, some people say he's very similar to Paul Walker. He has the same, like, very facial features, eyes, and everything.
So you think he reincarnated?
The theory is, like, he faked his death.
Yeah, substance.
Put out these movies.
Yeah.
I don't know how, like, this is just conspiracy.
Yeah, that's sick.
But it's because of the eyes. Look at the face.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's related. Literally looks like he's related.
Yeah, they look like brothers.
So literally when Paul Walker passed away, this director came on the scene, boom, all these movies started coming out. And he's putting out more, like, activist type movies. Now check this out. Would he be able to do that as Paul Walker?
Nah, probably not, because that would tarnish his reputation.
Or even put him in danger.
Yeah.
Disney is trying to cover this story up. Watch this.
Amazingly enough, you're 16 years old. You wrote most of your songs. You're 16. Where does your inspiration come from?
Believe it or not, being 16, I've been through a lot, so...
Come on, how much heartbreak can you have at 16?
Oh, a lot.
We were hooking up, but I said, hey, this is not going any farther. I'm a virgin and I don't want to lose it this way. And that didn't matter to them. They did it anyways. And I internalized it and I told myself it was my fault because I still went in the room with him. I still hooked up with him. Here was the thing. I was a part of that Disney crowd that publicly said they were waiting till marriage. I didn't have the romantic, like, first time with anybody. That was not it for me. And that sucked. And then I had to see this person all the time. And you know what? F it. I'm just going to say it. My Me Too story, that someone did this to me and they never got in trouble for it. They never got taken out of the movie they were in. Just kept it quiet because I've always had something to say. And it's like, I don't know, I'm tired of opening my mouth, so there's the tea.
This is a scripted video. It's for fun and it's made up.
In the music industry, they praise the rain god. Do you know about this?
No.
If you praise the rain god, you're supposed to, like, get a bunch of money, right? And you have to realize all the words that we say that relates to money is what? It's like liquidation. Cash sharks, or what do you call it? Loan sharks.
Yeah.
And what do you call this when you have a jewelry on? Oh, that's just water, fam. That's just
drip.
icy. It's drip.
Yo.
Dog, it's all in our face. If you look at Tyla's hit song, Water. Don Toliver also has a song. Hold on, Deep in the Water. A Boogie with the hoodies hit song.
Gonna trip or drown.
Trip or drown. That's what put him on. Fam, A Boogie and Kodak.
Oh, drowning.
Oh, come on,
that's crazy.
fam. And I have to show you all these things that in the umbrella, in Rihanna's Umbrella music video.
Yeah.
Doesn't this, when she was doing poses, this is her praising the rain god, because look, she goes like this, but look at her thing. These are the eyes and these are the horns.
It made like a demon head.
Fam, yo, look, it says
Anticipation
for participation, stack chips for any rainy day. Jay, Rain Man is back. Fam, do you bag that?
Fuck?
Look,
This is an umbrella.
Yes.
Ella.
And then this is also in Eminem's song. It's called Rain Man.
Yeah.
My aim was not become what I become with this level of fame. My soul is possessed by the devil. My new name, Rain Man.
What the
It's everywhere, fam.
Have y'all ever seen somebody move like their soul wasn't in their body? They say this man wasn't in control. They said it was like something was pulling the strings for him. Imagine you just getting on a train. You go and sit down, just minding your business, thinking, I'm finna just ride this train and get to my destination. And next thing you know, a man behind you is just sitting back there, fighting demons. And you happen to be his victim. That's what happened in Charlotte to this Ukrainian refugee. This man right here, the Carlos Brown Jr., is the one who took her life. So the crazy part is, y'all, before this incident happened, This man told the police that something was in his body controlling him. Something man-made. He said not his mind, not his choices, but his movement, y'all. Now, if you ask me, that don't sound like paranoia, y'all. That sound like programming. Am I tripping? Sounds a little bit like MK Ultra, right? People say it's mental illness, but when you hear someone talk about forces inside their body, that shit sound darker. This man really unalived her, y'all. He poked her right in the neck. I need y'all thoughts down below on what y'all think really happened right here. This shit is crazy, y'all. And RIP to her, condolences to her family. And that's why when I'm out in public, y'all, I always tend to my surroundings. I can't have two earphones on at no time. I'm always watching. You can say I'm paranoid, but I wouldn't want this situation to happen to me.
It's 9:46 p.m. You'll notice right away, this looks like any other ride aboard the light rail. People are doing what they do these days, keeping to themselves, scrolling on their phones as they ride along. The man accused in the killing, DeCarlos Brown, is in the red hoodies on the right side of your screen. He appears to be maybe a little emotional, perhaps a little agitated, but nothing disruptive. There's nothing that gets anyone's attention. About 30 seconds later, Irina Zarutska boards. She's wearing a hat and a t-shirt from a pizzeria, and she sits in the row in front of Brown. She has earbuds in and is looking at her phone. She too's just minding her own business. They ride along for around 4 minutes with nothing unusual happening. Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up, and from behind, unprovoked, as we stop the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance to defend herself. The attack was over in seconds, and when it was over, Brown walked through the train attempting to get off. Few passengers, if any, at first realized what had happened, until they noticed drops of blood on the floor. 90 seconds after the attack, a bystander rushes down to begin lending aid to Zarutska. She would die from her injuries. 30 seconds later, 9:52 p.m., 6 minutes into the video, Brown leaves the light rail.
The video here shows us just how quickly things happened and how difficult it would have been to prevent once he got on the train. And that is an important part to all of this. From what we've been told, Brown never should have been on the train. Authorities tell WBTV he did not buy a ticket. CAT says it is working on ways to keep fare skippers off mass transit.
Demons and spirits, they can only attack you, or they can only have access to you when you sin.
Okay.
So check this video.
Whoa, when you sin.
This is footage of outside someone's garage. There's a guy planning to rob this car.
Yeah.
And in the back, you see almost like a spirit just waiting around. It's like a semi-transparent like shadow.
Okay.
It's just waiting around. But the moment the guy goes to steal the car, look what happens. Look.
Let me see it. What is this?
You see it?
Yeah. He gets in the car.
Yeah, so he's getting in the car, and then look at the shadow. Look at the spirit. People in the comments are saying it's a demon, and this is how demons have access to people. Look. So the moment he runs and grabs something from the car,
oh, he runs with him?
It runs with him.
Okay, what does that mean?
But it's not a shadow. You could say, oh, that's just the shadow of him moving, right? But it was moving on its own. It's separate from him.
Oh, so it only follows you if you say, yeah, that makes sense. He stole something from the car and that thing.
Yeah, he came to see me on a rooftop in New York. I said, hey, can I talk to you? And he said, sure. He floated in, sideways, through a crowd of people. He was wearing black. And it was like one of those old vampire movies where they don't walk, but they glide. And it kind of frightened me. And my assistant was there, and he left because he couldn't stand it anymore. Yeah. The air had turned cold. And then he left, and I wanted to leave. And because I knew that I didn't want to work with him. Yeah. And he was getting scary.
Yeah.
I turned around to avoid his steady gaze at one point, and I was looking at a building with the top of the sixes on it, so there was a huge illuminated 666 in red. And I went from that to that to that, and he started smiling. And I thought, oh no, Chris Walken is the Antichrist.
Did you know some souls have to wait 100 years before they can reincarnate? And the reason behind it might involve you too. Many people think that once you die, you're reborn right away. But actually, it's not that simple. In the spiritual realm, time works very differently. Once the soul leaves the body, it must first review its entire life. This is a long process. You'll see your choices, mistakes, regrets, and you'll realize whether or not you fulfilled your life's mission. Only after this deep reflection can the soul move on to the next step. According to some spiritual studies, a soul usually waits about 100 years before it reincarnates again. Why? Because we don't reincarnate alone. Most souls return in groups, with people you already know from this life. Parents, lovers, children, friends, they may have lived with you before. You need to wait until they're ready too. Only then can your souls reunite in new roles, new relationships, but with a shared mission that was agreed upon long ago. Of course, there are exceptions. Some souls return quickly, sent with a purpose, to awaken others, even if it means being born into broken homes. So tell me, have you ever felt this? As if you've known someone forever even though you just met? That might be your soul's memory calling back. Do you believe in reincarnation? Leave a comment with your thoughts, and share this with someone you think you've known from a past life.
Angelina Jolie. She's talking about signing her life with blood. Here, listen.
Signed our life away to each other legally and with blood, that there's no possible way any...
Lady Gaga.
He's weird and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna,
Usher.
Passionate. And I'm very honored to be able to receive this amazing award from the depths of my soul.
Drake.
I can put in the maximum amount of effort. I can use all my heart and my soul, in my writing. But at the end of the day, I am being guided by some other power. I don't know what it is, but somebody likes me somewhere, and that's just the facts,
The devil comes to us at our highest moment. You ever see Mike Tyson talking to Francis Ngannou? Mike Tyson said,
"Oh, your knockouts is spectacular." You know what that means? All this good stuff happening to you. You know what that means? That you're favored by God. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right?
And Francis went, wow. And he goes, here's the bad news.
When you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil.
Yes. You're one of the devil's favorites, too. Ooh. And you got to leave with the guy you came with.
You stay with who brought you here. You go home with the guy that brought you to the dance.
Because he's looking to take you home, too. And it's like, damn, Mike, dropping fucking knowledge.
So there's a specific place where hell is on earth. In the Bible, Jesus said, one of my disciples named Antipas would die and be martyred, right? Now, Saint Antipas was martyred and he was killed in, that torture bowl? So they put somebody in like a metal bowl and like boil them alive. Yeah, that happened in Geneva, Switzerland. People are saying Geneva, Switzerland is the literal place of hell. Is literally the portal to hell, or that's at least where the devil resides, because that's what it says in the Bible. Now check this out. Okay. Do you know what else is in Geneva, Switzerland?
What?
CERN. Oh. CERN headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland, and the CERN logo is what? Six, fam. CERN is working on particle generation and messing with matter of the universe to tear our dimension with the supernatural and the natural, fam.
Yeah.
So what in theory? They're trying to open the portal to hell, bro.
The famous rapper Young Thug just exposed the music industry. Watch this.
So Young Thug is really making it clear that if he going down for anything, he taking somebody down with him for something. So this man that said, since y'all want to call me a snitch, let's just air it all out then. We all been taking mad in Atlanta.
That's how these guys are
all
getting
your
famous.
favorite rappers be taking it, and they homeboys be giving it. Don't wear no skinnies around, baby, if you not with it.
That's
Just
the
saying.
initiation to fame.
So, Thug just like, I'm gonna be at the top of my pettiness because now they done busted me for these snitching allegations, and I'm just gonna take everybody down with me, and that's just what it is. So now, Thug, I'm assuming you done just got to the point where everything you know, you just letting it air out.
Yep.
You just literally said that all the rappers, all our favorite rappers from Atlanta, Baby, Gunna, all y'all, that's what y'all down there doing. Thug, that's some information, but
I don't think this is just exclusive to the music industry. I think this is practiced in all of elite Hollywood, entertainment, all of it. And it probably gets even darker than that. Stay weird.
Can someone tell me who this celebrity is next to me? I'll step out of the way so you can take a better look. Well, time's up. That's 84-year-old Martha Stewart posting another thirst trap photo to her social media accounts. And the one thing you have to admit is she looks amazing for 84 years old. Look at this. Does that look like an 84-year-old to you? This is not the first time that Martha Stewart has posted a thirst trap. She also posted photos back when she was 83, just a year ago. Take a look at her there. It's just incredible how well Martha Stewart has aged over the years. That's her in her 50s, that's her in her 70s, and that above is her in her 80s. So I guess my question to you is regarding Martha Stewart and her youthful look. Is it possibly good genes, good docs, or just something else? Let me know your thoughts in the comments as to what you think about Martha Stewart's look at 84. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
What's that? Oh, a girl was doing research on the Rothschilds and then the very next day had a wild incident that completely freaked her out? Tell me more. Yeah, after this girl was doing research on the Rothschilds and how they've risen to where they're at and how they've taken over practically everything in the world and how she didn't like them for that and the things that they've done, the very next day, a guy, as she's walking her dog, comes sprinting towards her and yells, "Rothschilds," and freaks her out. She starts to back up and wasn't sure what was about to happen, but then the guy took off the other direction, got into an unmarked van and drove off. Oh, fun! After driving off and then getting home to her residence, there was a note on her door saying, "Be careful who you talk about and how you talk about them." Oh, goody! However, it didn't stop there. Her phone started ringing that night at about 2 a.m, and all they would say on the phone is, "Rothschilds," and then would hang up. Goody!
I just saw some shit on a post that I could have went the rest of my life not knowing. So this guy had a bug bite on his wrist. Mind you, he didn't know what type of bug bit him, but he went to Reddit because this shit was bothering him. So he says to the Reddit family, "I got bit by a bug and this shit makes my veins look crazy. The bug bite that I have is making my vein look super weird." And the top comment took the cake. The top comment was from an actual doctor. And the doctor said, "Listen, that's not a vein. That's a worm crawling around in your skin. There is a worm in your wrist. You might need to get you some sleep." Nope. I don't know what type of bug bit him. I don't know where you find this bug at, but I didn't need to see anything like that today. Mind you, this is not the only video that you will be seeing today about bugs, because there's some strange ass bugs moving around here now, and I found out about them, went down those rabbit holes, so you'll be seeing that today too. But this shit I did not need to see. So if I seen it and I went down the rabbit hole, you can go down the rabbit hole now. You'll be seeing a little bit more of me today. I'm out.
the most notorious psychopaths in history, Robert Pickton. Pickton is remembered as one of the most brutal serial killers in Canada. He ran a pig farm near Vancouver from 1982 to 2002. During those years, dozens of women vanished without a trace. Most of his victims were vulnerable, women struggling with homelessness or addiction. Pickton lured them to his farm, where they were tortured and murdered. Their remains were then discarded or even mixed with pig meat. For years, police received warnings but failed to act. It wasn't until 2002, during a search warrant, that investigators uncovered human remains and personal belongings of the missing women. Pickton was arrested immediately. Over 80 truckloads of contaminated soil were removed from the farm. DNA from at least 33 women was identified. In private conversations, Pickton even boasted about killing 49 victims. In 2007, he was convicted of 6 murders. Authorities decided not to try him for the others, to avoid re-traumatizing families. Today, Robert Pickton is serving life in a maximum security prison, with no possibility of parole.
I, like many of you, have a ton of videos that pop up across my FYP on the daily. But just recently, I had one pop up that took me to that side of TikTok. What I'm talking about? I went down that rabbit hole on that side of TikTok, and what I saw was just incredible. There is an account on TikTok called Crime Scene Cleanup. They also have an Instagram, a YouTube, and other accounts. They post and share their videos of the jobs that they get called to. And that includes showing you blood, some decomposing bodies, and all types of anything they come across. When you head to their website, that is the caption. We clean up life's accidents. The video in question that popped up on my FYP and just blew my mind came right off of their TikTok account, Crime Scene Cleanup. In the video, they show you this hot tub, and they go on to explain in the caption that the person that passed away in this hot tub cooked like if they were in a crock pot. Here is the caption that's on their TikTok. Hot tubs are crock pots for humans. This person was found deceased after 3 days in this hot tub. We had to extract all of the water, including skin and hair. Our Daytona Beach location did a great job. After seeing that video, I went down that rabbit hole and started looking at all of their videos. It is incredible and unbelievable, and something that we would never think about. Who cleans up a mess like that? They do. They're even taking applications if you want to work with them. All I could say is I give them a lot of kudos for what they do and what they deal with. They do basically the job that no one would ever want to do. There is some crazy stuff on the internet. That is their TikTok account. If you do get a second, go and check them out. I'm not going to play the video on here because, like I said, I don't need to get, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
A man in Russia is actually trying to clone himself right now.
This Russian guy got bored at home, so he decided to create life. Yeah, he injected his own DNA into an egg to see if he could grow something. In an earlier video, one of his attempts actually worked. He made a strange creature, homunculus, but it attacked him by spitting some kind of acid, so he destroyed it. Most people would stop there, but not him. He tried again, and in the next video, he calmly explained the entire process. He said people were calling him insane, but according to him, they just didn't understand the science. While he was explaining,
maybe he'll
the new
actually
egg started hatching. This time, the creature didn't attack. It was quiet, curious, even friendly. He believed this one had a better chance of surviving. As it grew, it started adapting to the water. It even showed signs of communication. The only issue? Feeding it. He said milk would give it protein, but it was hard to feed in water. Eventually, he figured it out, and it started growing fast. Now he's feeding it bread for carbs, and even trying to teach it English. He says they're forming a connection, and the creature, it just keeps growing.
Think about it. If this guy's showing results in his house, imagine what the elite scientists of the world are doing in actual labs right now. Clones are real. Stay weird.
So So you know how Lorraine Warren sees something terrifying in the mirror in Conjuring 2? Well, in real life, there's a video of her doing a house tour, and when she walks past this mirror, something so creepy shows up in it. Watch this. And they have one in the Warren Occult Museum. Now, a man in Jersey was trying to summon spirits out of this, and he ended up in a mental institute. Some people have claimed to see faces that weren't there when they went to go visit. But what was it that terrified her so bad that she didn't leave her room for 8 days?
You were home, and Ed said you were home for 8 days. You didn't come out, you didn't talk to anybody, you didn't eat. Have you ever told anybody what you saw that made you do that?
No, I'm not gonna.
In the movie, a demon shows her a vision of Ed being unalived, but is that what she saw in real life? In the interview, she also talks about how prayer was her main form of protection and where she wants all of the items in the occult museum to go after she passed away.
You know, now that I've lost Ed, I'm not going to go in there. It's my faith.
Right.
That's what protects me.
Amen to that.
Yeah, that's what protects me, protects my pets. You cannot destroy them.
No, it is letting it, because you don't know what.
My dream, after I pass, that they are all going to the Vatican.
But those haunted items didn't end up there and ended up with these two guys.
The 10 most cursed objects in the world, the Annabelle doll. This doll became famous in the 1970s when 2 nursing students claimed that it moved on its own and did inexplicable things. It all started when Donna, one of the young women, received the doll as a gift from her mother. Soon after, strange events began happening. The doll would appear in different positions, move to other rooms, and even terrifying notes started showing up with messages like pleas for help. Worried, Donna and her roommate reached out to a doctor who told them the spirit of a little girl named Annabelle Higgins lived inside the doll. But soon, things got worse. A friend of theirs was attacked by the doll, claiming he felt invisible hands choking him. Terrified, the young women sought the help of Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned paranormal investigators. The Warrens discovered that it wasn't a child's spirit at all, but a demon trying to possess one of the girls. They performed an exorcism and locked Annabelle inside a special case, where she remains in the Warrens Occult Museum to this day. The warning on the case is clear: do not open. But even now, many still wonder, is the evil inside Annabelle truly contained?
The cause of death for Annabelle doll handler Dan Rivera has been revealed. Nearly 2 months after he was found dead while touring with the infamous horror relic. A Pennsylvania coroner told people in a statement, Dan's death followed a cardiac-related event. And no, Annabelle was not present in the room at the time of his passing, with officials saying Dan died of natural causes, consistent with his known history of cardiac issues. The paranormal investigator died July 13th while overseeing a tour of the supposedly haunted Raggedy Ann doll, made famous after the Conjuring franchise depicted Ed and Lorraine Warren's first-hand accounts. Series star Patrick Wilson sharing his reaction to Dan's death with E! News ahead of their final film.
If all these things are so evil, why do you keep them around? Why not just destroy them?
It's complicated. Sometimes that makes things worse.
I think anytime something happens in real life,
The 10 most cursed objects in the world, Valentino's ring. This mysterious ring is surrounded by stories of tragedy and bad luck. It belonged to Rudolph Valentino, one of the biggest stars of the silent film era. He bought it in a Hollywood antique shop, fascinated by its strange and unique design. But many believe the ring brought a curse into his life. Soon after getting it, Valentino's career started to fall apart. His health declined, and he suddenly died at just 31 years old, leaving fans in shock. The curse didn't stop there. Whoever owned the ring after him also faced disaster, accidents, untimely deaths, and endless misfortune. The object quickly gained a terrifying reputation. Some say the ring holds negative energy, maybe even tied to ancient ritual. Others believe Valentino himself was mysteriously drawn to it for reasons he never understood, maybe something much darker. To this day, no logical explanation has ever been found for the tragic chain of events linked to the ring. Right now, Valentino's cursed cursed ring is locked away in a secret location.
Scariest thing I've ever seen up there. One night at 2 in the morning, I was hanging out there, okay? And they go, you know, you can hang out here, but upstairs they're doing something, but you cannot go up there in the belly room. I go, it's closed. Who gives a fuck? He's like, there's something going up there. Do not go up there. But I went up there. You know, the back entrance, up the black. I opened up that back thing, right? It's pitch black in there, but I see candles, right? I swear to God, I saw this. 15 people wearing hoods and purple cloaks. Oh my God. Okay? And they're chanting. Right? And then, so I go back downstairs and I wait to see. They come down after the seance. You know who I saw? One of them was Lily Tomlin. Okay? The second one was Bob Zamuda. You know Bob Zamuda? And they were seancing Andy Kaufman's ghost.
Did it work?
I don't know. I didn't stay up there long enough to know. But what I'm saying is that there's something about that belly room that is a portal of something. In the night there, you can hear babies crying upstairs.
Under the spell of the demon lord Asmodon, billions of demons surge forth from the darkness of the abyss, their numbers so vast it staggers the imagination. This immense army brings endless terror and despair to the world. Just as Leah is about to be engulfed by this demonic horde, a pair of hands filled with divine power rescues her from the depths of hell. This savior is none other than Tyrael, the former archangel. Leah angrily accuses him, demanding to know why heaven has turned a blind eye to this plight. Tyrael offers no explanation, but tightly grasps Leah's arm. In the sacred halls of heaven, the Archangel of Valor Imperius sternly rebukes Tyrael, for the teachings of the high heavens clearly state that angels must not interfere in the affairs of the mortal world. How could millennia of steadfast adherence be so easily shaken by the words of others? They can only resolve this matter through battle.
You will now answer for your transgressions. You cannot judge me. I am justice itself.
In the end, Tyrael, the Archangel of Justice, emerges victorious. He realizes that mere words cannot convince the angels to aid humanity, to uphold the justice and beliefs in his heart. Tyrael resolutely tears off his 14-winged wings, casting aside his angelic identity and willingly becoming mortal. This act demonstrates his unwavering commitment to justice. Tyrael's choice proves to be correct. The demonic army floods into the mortal realm like a deluge, rapidly seizing human territories. Simultaneously, the demon lord successfully invades Leah's body. The moment Leah sets foot in heaven, Imperius senses the malevolent aura of the fear demon lord and is filled with unease. He profoundly realizes that the girl before him has been plagued by Diablo, the lord of terror. Instantly, he unleashes the sacred and magnificent heavenly feast of the holy spear Solarion, engulfing Diablo in its flames. Soon after, Diablo's true form is revealed. The two nemeses confront each other without reserve, engaging in a fierce battle. The instant Solarion makes contact with the demon lord, Imperius senses something amiss, for this invincible holy spear inflicts negligible damage upon him. The demon lord has grown more powerful than ever before. Diablo's terrifying might shatters the holy spear. His right hand's bone spikes ruthlessly bind Imperius in midair. Imperius exerts all his strength to evade this attack, but his once inviolable divine body has been breached. Boundless divine power gushes from his chest. The demon lord gathers all his strength and approaches Imperius. That horrifying aura instantly pins Imperius to the sacred wall. The once unbreakable adamantine gates gradually reveal cracks and ultimately collapse under the explosion of heaven's core. Now heaven is powerless to halt the advance of the Lord of Terror.
This little girl's brother saw her playing in the backyard with a friend, and that's the friend.
Get up here, Carly!
you know how the Conjuring films are based on a true story, right? Well, this last movie, The Conjuring Last Rites, is actually based on the Smurl family hauntings that happened between the 1970s and the 1980s, and let me just tell you, it's terrifying. This one might be the scariest of them all, and if you don't believe me, just go watch the trailer to see what's making that doll levitate. Yup. Janet and Jack Smurl, along with their 4 daughters and their dog, buy this house in Pennsylvania after their home was taken by the hurricane. While they're living there, some terrifying things happen, okay? I'm talking about knocks and threes on the walls, okay? The dog flying. There was so much dark paranormal activity happening in that home, like foul smells, physical and verbal attacks. They even started to see dark figures walking from wall to wall. The family was Catholic, so they would call so many priests in that home to even bless it or do exorcisms. Nothing was working, so they called the pros, Ed and Lorraine Warren. And there's actual footage of Lorraine in that home. Watch this.
This is the hallway where the family has experienced the rappings all the way down the hallway, where they have experienced the voices, some sort of magic whispering, but they also are able to distinguish the fact that there are a conversation going on between a man and a woman.
This woman swam with a mermaid and got it on camera. Check this out.
I saw dolphins in the back of me, so I'm trying to look through my photos and I see that I know that's a dolphin because I saw that behind me. There's me, and then I look over to the side because I'm trying to see the dolphin, and
that's not a dolphin.
What?
That is a human head.
Is that? Like seriously, what in the
There's
hell?
no way.
The hell is on?
This is the type of thing that makes me believe in mermaids. Even to this day.
I know there's a dolphin right there.
Yep.
Dolphin. Mermaid.
Mermaid. Stay weird, y'all. What do you think?
All the time, as well as
Turn off the light, turn off the light.
okay, that was weird. What are the odds something just walks next to us?
Well, they got it.
Your life in the entertainment business, so I think you have some authority on this.
You know they eat babies. That is not bullshit. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
You're freaking me out, man.
So many kids that I was in mental institutions with over the years, they are all from those cults. And they've covered it all up. They covered it all up.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
People think that the Conjuring films are haunted, and this is why. When Vera Farmiga was filming for The Conjuring, 3 claw marks appeared on her body, and nobody knows how they got there. Now, she talked about this in this interview, but recently when she was filming for The Last Rites, something very similar happened.
And the same claw marks appeared on my thigh.
Mm-hmm.
You have to quote. You have to have some holy water.
In her recent interview with E! News, she shared this photo of a bruise that appeared on her leg in the shape of a cross, but it wasn't only one cross, there were two of them. She also mentions that there are more creepy things that have happened to both her and Patrick Wilson, but they don't like to talk about it. Vera also noticed 3 claw marks on her laptop after speaking to director James Wan about the movie, but they weren't the only ones to experience these weird hauntings, so were other cast members. Shanley Caswell, who played Andrea Perrin, along with others, would wake up mysteriously at 3 a.m. and they didn't know why. But just wait until I tell you about the creepy things that happened on the set of the Annabelle movie.
The ribbon round it.
Did you die? Do you believe that you've seen the other side?
Yeah. I've been there.
And back.
After the accident.
Yeah. Tell me what's going on over there.
Everything, but nothing.
Well, that clears it up. So we'll move on to another topic now.
Not yet.
Okay.
I was taken by an invisible guide, and only my essence went. That's your soul. Your soul is that long.
How long?
That long.
Are you just saying that because she's sitting there?
No, I'm saying that because I'm here with you.
Yeah, if your soul is flaccid. Is that what you're asking?
Is that how long it is, flaccid?
You know when Howie gets frightened about what's coming next? He'll change the subject by saying something he thinks is funny.
But it's not. I know. I say that all the time.
It's this long and about that wide. That's your essence. And your soul is housed in the column of your spine.
Yeah.
And that went to the spiritual realm of the supernatural, where I was surrounded by angels, which appeared to be as balls of light that were moving, changing color, and breathing. And I felt trust, love, and protection like I've never felt on earth before.
So why'd you come back?
Huh?
Why did you come back?
Because I was told I had 3 angels in front of my essence. 2, 3. And the one on the left was abalone, mother of pearl colored. And it told me in an androgynous voice in thought that what I was doing was good, the direction I was going in was good, but because of your responsibility to mankind, you have to look for help in the spiritual realm. You may come with us now or return to your body and continue your destiny. And the most important word I felt over there is the most important word to me on earth. And that word is truth. Truth. And truth stands for taking real understanding to heart.
Extremely dark conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. MK Ultra, a mysterious project that was covertly conducted by the CIA during the 1950s and 1960s. It was a time when American citizens were selected without their consent to become subjects of experimentation in the field of mind control. As part of this project, a variety of techniques were used, including the administration of hallucinogenic substances like LSD. Operation Mockingbird, the CIA infiltrated and manipulated national and international media to control information intended for the public. Although initially considered a conspiracy theory, evidence was discovered in the 1970s confirming the existence of this secret operation. The Tuskegee Syphilis Study. From 1932 to 1972, the U.S. government conducted an experiment on African American individuals suffering from this disease. They were deliberately left untreated to examine the progression of the condition. Researchers deceived these individuals into believing that they were receiving the best possible medical care, when in reality, they were knowingly left without medical help.
What's that? Oh, scientists have recently discovered that your consciousness can jump timelines and actually warn you about things that could be coming up in your future? Tell me more! Yeah, scientists have actually recently discovered groundbreaking information, and they're talking about how when you get a gut feeling that it's actually your consciousness that had jumped timelines into a future event and then came back and tried to warn you of this event. Okay? Now, it's not only just bad things that could happen to you that they're warning you about. This could be things that could put you on a path that could make you successful or get married or find the right person. Okay? This was originally thought to be just your intuition trying to lead you in the right direction. But now they're saying that this, of course, is actually your consciousness that has jumped timelines. Oh, goody. What's crazy is these gut feelings can actually tell you how to avoid death. Oh, I love it.
It's a video going viral right now where a creator is saying that the reason that all of this shit is going wrong right now on this planet is because there's a time traveler that keeps traveling back to the year 2020 to fix shit. But the things he's trying to fix are unfixable. Matter of fact, look at this shit.
Well, I just watched the video of that girl saying that everything's been so crazy because there's a time traveler who keeps going back to 2020 to try to fix things, make shit right, but he keeps fucking it up. Listen, but here's why I believe that. Because y'all don't remember this time last year, maybe a year and a half ago.
Tell him.
That time traveler that was caught at the Airbnb.
I remember that shit.
Shed. On that
Look at that shit.
Airbnb host ring camera. He went in, he was in his 20s. He came out, he was in his 50s, 60s. We never seen him again.
Sidebar, if you don't follow her, you need to follow her because she be in tune. How many of y'all seen the movie Butterfly Effect? Right. Let's go back. So in that movie, a man suffered from blackouts during some dramatic childhood events. And later on in life, he discovered that he could travel back in time by reading his journal. So basically, when he traveled back in time, he was trying to fix the shit that was happening in his childhood. But every time he traveled back in time and tried to fix shit, he fucked shit up. And every time he messed something up, it changed the future. And let's just say there is a time traveler constantly going back to 2020 over and over. Then you really understand why we've been getting the hurricanes, the storms, the typhoons, the volcano eruptions, all of this shit happening at once. Jump down that rabbit hole. Check out the Butterfly Effect. And if that's the case, we're in for a rude awakening. I'm out.
This boy claimed he was a time traveler until scientists discover he wasn't lying. Noah is a 14-year-old boy who claims he was sent back from the year 2030 to warn us about the future. Everyone was skeptical at first until his predictions actually started coming true. All of his predictions were made in 2018, and the very first thing he said is that a virus would take over the world soon. But it gets worse. He says by the year 2023 there will be chips implanted inside of us that will improve our daily life. And Elon Musk has already developed a brain chip called Neuralink, and he's testing it out on animals right now. Noah also says we'll make it to Mars by 2024, and SpaceX already announced that they're launching to Mars in 2022. By the year 2028, he says we'll not only have concrete evidence of aliens, which the US government confirmed are real earlier this year, but they will release time travel to the public. But researchers were so skeptical about Noah's claims, so they hooked him up to a lie detector test to find out the truth. But you won't believe what they discovered, like for part 2.
Is Baron Trump a time traveller? This will blow your mind. If you follow Elon Musk, you may have heard about an old book featuring a character named Elon travelling to Mars. But what if I told you that wasn't the strangest coincidence? Another book has surfaced, written in the late 19th century by Ingersoll Lockwood, titled The Baron Trump Collection. The similarities to today's Baron Trump are downright chilling. The collection follows a young aristocrat named Baron Trump, who embarks on bizarre adventures guided by a mentor named Don. In the book, he lives in Castle Trump, much like the towering empire that bears the family's name in New York. In 1896, Lockwood wrote The Last President, a novel describing the rise of a controversial political outsider who shakes the country to its core. The book details mass protests on Fifth Avenue, precisely where the Trump Tower stands today. The president in the book is supported by a character named Pence, just like Trump's real-life running mate. With so many parallels, some believe these books aren't fiction at all, but evidence of a hidden truth, a glimpse into a timeline that has already been altered. Could Baron Trump, Elon Musk, and other key figures be connected to something far bigger than we realise?
They literally said this shit out loud, and it flew under the radar, y'all. The US government just submitted that they got tech that can manipulate time and space, y'all. This is not a rumor. This is not a movie, not a script, none of that shit. This is real life. The dude that said this, his name is Michael Cresius. He's one of the White House top scientists. This man literally said that we can bend time and annihilate distance. Listen to what he said over my head.
We seem to have lost focus and vision, to have lowered our sights and let systems and structures and bureaucracies muddle us along. But we are capable of so much more. Our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space. They leave distance annihilated, cause things to grow and improve productivity. It is the choices of individuals that will make the new golden age possible. The choice of individuals to master the sclerosis of the state, and the choice of individuals to craft new technologies and give themselves to scientific discoveries that will bend space and time, make more with less, and drive us further into the endless frontier.
My question is, why now? Why tell us now? It's 2025. How long have they been sitting on this? This shit crazy. Y'all remember the Mandela effect, the glitches, all the little deja vu moments you got? This is probably the reason why you was having it. This explains it all. If they can manipulate time and space, just imagine what else they can do. Y'all, think.
The United States government has just admitted that they captured a time traveler and the device which he used. In a recent interview, a fired Area 51 worker spoke of something like never before. Just days before he was let go, the U.S. military had captured what they believed to be a time traveler who was then brought to Area 51. The man was questioned and even revealed that he indeed was from the year 2053. He described that he is an intelligence officer that was sent to the year 2024 in order to get data on a powerful weapon which the U.S. is currently constructing. He stated that this weapon was finished being constructed in 2052, and its power was nothing like ever seen before. It was the reason why Russia lost World War III in the future, and the man was instructed on finding the technology behind it. After some further questioning, they managed to discover the technology behind the teleportation device, and scientists at Area 51 are currently attempting to replicate the device. The man was eventually let go, but he was not allowed to travel back to the future. If you want to see pictures of the device, comment view images.
What happened to Mike Markham, the guy that built a time travel machine and then disappeared? In 1995, this guy Mike Markham was playing around building a machine called a Jacob's Ladder. This is what a Jacob's Ladder looks like. It's essentially two metal rods with a spark going between them. But after he built it, a vortex on the small machine he built appeared at the top. Mike then put a screw through it, and the screw actually disappeared and reappeared a few seconds later, but was further away. So essentially the screw teleported or time traveled. Now Mike knew what he had, and he wanted to do this on scale. He wanted to make one that was a lot bigger. The problem is to get enough power to do so is going to be very expensive. He wrote up his plans and he went to a local city transformers electric park, claiming that he needed 20,000 volts of electricity to power this. Went to the transformers, he plugged in his machine and said he caused a citywide blackout. Police then came shortly after and arrested him, and the judge put him in jail for 2 months. This guy named Art Bell finds out about his story and invites him onto his radio show. He comes on the show, talks about his experience, talks about what he was doing, and it blows up. Art's audience is going crazy, asking him questions. Mike is answering every single question. Actually find the live recordings of these, they're all posted online. He goes over his whole story about how he was just trying to build a fancy Jacob's Ladder and accidentally built the time travel machine. And Art asked him if he did go into the future, what would he bring? And which Mike answered he would only bring a cell phone with him. The story blew up. People were donating electric parts, money. He had hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of electric parts to fund his next machine if he was building one. A few years later after the story, Art decides to reach back out to Mike. Like, what's he up to? Calls all of his old connections that he reached out to get Mike in the first place, you know, parents, family, everybody, and nobody has seen him. So he gets in touch with one of Mike's old friends and told Art that Mike was building one last machine for one last experiment in which Mike would actually be going through the vortex. The story kind of ends there, but there is one weird coincidence that happened afterwards when they were looking at old arrest records and police reports to see if there's any coincidences. On a California beach in the 1930s, the police found a giant strange metal tube with a man crushed inside. Inside the tube, the man was unrecognizable. They found a strange, mysterious, like technological device. It did mention that if he did time travel, he would only bring a cell phone. So a lot of people are predicting that he actually died in the 1930s, went back in time. So it's a very curious case of time travel. In my opinion, the question shouldn't be what happened to him or where is he now. The question should be, when is he now? What time period is he in now?
What if I told you time travel is real, but it's not how we think it is? It's actually just time travel to watch. That makes sense.
I believe that, yeah.
Long time ago, there's this guy named Francois Bruni.
Okay.
He created a machine that he claims can see every moment of the world ever. A screen you can turn on, watch, that was able to show him the crucifixion of Christ, Napoleon's like speeches back in the day, whole bunch of different things out of history. Now, this is where it gets scary. He brought it to the Vatican. Yeah, the Pope at the time decided this machinery is too powerful. We need to destroy it. We can't release it to the public. All of your records, it cannot go public. Damn. So to this day, they still have it somewhere in the Vatican archives. A machine that can show literally footage of whatever time period you would want to see.
If you were like the high ups and you showed the truth to the regular people, they would go crazy.
It could be civilization isn't even what we think it is. What if we all had access to it? Real thing that we could all just tune into, almost as if it's a Twitch stream.
Mans would go to the Roman Empire still.
Everybody would watch everything, right?
Yeah.
Google Vault 7. It will knock your socks off. There was a CIA computer engineer named Joshua Schulte. He was apparently a disgruntled engineer. He didn't like his boss. He didn't like his coworkers. They didn't like him. So he just downloaded the crown jewels of the Directorate of Science and Technology and sent it all to WikiLeaks in 2017. He revealed that the CIA has developed technologies to, for example, remotely take over your car by hacking into the chip. Why would the CIA want to take over your car? To make you drive off a bridge, maybe? They developed technology to reverse your smart TV to make the speaker into a microphone with the TV still appearing to be off, so you don't know that it's broadcasting everything that's being said in your house to CIA headquarters. They were able to hack into other countries' most sensitive technological systems and to leave little scraps of code, but the scraps of code are written in Russian. So people say, oh, the fucking Russians hacked into us. Actually, it was us.
There was some leaked classified documents that came out that talk about how there was cities built down in the ocean in a biodome. Tell me more. These documents that were exposing the fact that there's cities built in the ocean in these biodomes. There's many of them. And they were just embryos that were taken down there and they were grown up to full adults, only knowing that that's where they live and that anything outside of that is a black abyss and nothing else. Oh, goody. In these secret classified documents, it states that they're non-human entities that are in charge of this and that built these cities down in the ocean. Oh, fun! Would happen if these people were taken from down there and brought up to the surface to learn that there's a whole world up here. Okay. Maybe one day we'll decide to explore the ocean again and let them up here. Oh, goody.
What if I told you there are entire suburbs hidden beneath the surface, carefully constructed by a covert government agency? These aren't just underground shelters. They're fully developed towns where people live and work, completely unaware that their lives are being controlled. But these people didn't just end up here. They were taken as children, selected from orphanages around the world, and raised in these hidden cities as part of a government experiment. They've grown up thinking this is their real life, but it's all a lie. But it's not just about containment. These towns were built for something darker, experimentation. Every night, once the artificial sun sets, genetically engineered predators are released into the towns. Not regular animals, creatures specifically designed to hunt the population, testing how far humans can be pushed in a controlled environment of fear and survival. The question is, why? Why are these experiments happening, and what are they really preparing for? The people living below think they've adapted to their harsh world, but they have no idea that every move they make is being watched, every decision recorded. They are part of a hidden agenda, one that's been unfolding for years, right beneath your feet. So the next time you think the world above is all there is, remember, something far more dangerous is living just below the surface.
Every American sitting at home right now needs to realize that you are paying for a genocide.
Rise up! Rise up, America! Rise up! It is time to take back this country from these corrupt politicians. It is time. It is beyond time.
We're going out to the loaded dock.
Thank you for your service.